Hello everybody, and today I just won my very first wrestling tournament, and I just wanted to post the matches and go over them and commentate over them basically. So let's get right into it. So in the beginning of this match, I just wanted to get a feel of how his collar ties were going to feel up, and after I realized he wasn't that strong, I wanted to get a shot in, but he had the same idea. And after a little bit of fighting hands, I finally got him back on his back, and I went to go for the pin, but he was pretty strong on his back, so I had to fight it a little, and hear him just getting a near fall until eventually I finally get on that other side of his body, sink my arms in, and as you can see, I get the pin. So right here was my second match, and this was when I really realized I could win the whole thing. So right here I was trying to get an idea of how he was going to wrestle, and he really wasn't that aggressive, so then I realized I needed to find a shot, and I went for outside single, finished off with a double, and then got him flat down, and I unfortunately got called with full Nelson. He went down, and I'm really good on top, so I like this, flattened him out, tried to tilt, but it failed, so I just tried to go for my half, but he had my right arm stuck under him, so I had to eventually pull it out and then go for the half of the left arm. And I was too high on the left, and I had my stomach on him at first. But then he tried to roll over, and I didn't let that happen. And right here I was just trying to finish the pin, but he kept rolling, and he had my right arm stuck under him. So here I started freaking out until I got it open. And then I just kept trying to pin him, and I kept getting my near fall, and I eventually was on the outside of the mat, and I was in by one leg, and I actually thought I was gonna pin him here. That's the only reason I kept doing it, but he almost rolled me. And here I'm on top again, and I'm just not letting up, trying to really get the pin here, and it just leads to me eventually flattening him out, getting even more near fall because I couldn't pin him, and I tried multiple times. Eventually, we got to the coin flip, and it led to me being on bottom. And eventually, he blew the whistle, and I was 1 point away from tech fall. So I went for the reversal because he flipped over my body, and I eventually got it for the tech fall for match number 2. Match number 3 started, and I was a little worried because he was short, and I don't really like wrestling short guys, but he was pretty aggressive and tried to do the first takedown, but that failed. Ended up to me being on top, going for a half, getting more near fall, but it failed. So I ended up having to keep trying to do the near fall over and over and over. And I kept getting a whole bunch of near fall points, and eventually I was just racking up points because he kept trying to roll away from the half, and I kept having to put it in and rolling back on his back. And this match lasted a decent amount of time, but I ended up finishing it off kind of quickly, finally getting enough points to tech fall the kid for the third match onto the semis. This was the quarterly, and after I had beat this kid, I really had an idea of going all the way through and winning the whole bracket for me. And I eventually got my tech fall right here. So at this point we were finally in the finals, ready to see if I could win it all. He was going to put straps on, and at the beginning of the match, it was a little slow. His collar tie was super strong, so I was nervous to shoot. He goes, I deflected. My defense is pretty good, so I didn't let him get it up at all this whole time. I actually left a lot of this match so I could talk about him and me and our wrestling match. Just was overall really fun. He was really strong. His collar ties were amazing. I was good on top. I just think he can do some bottom work. And I kept trying to chop here, but it didn't work. I'm not good at chopping the elbows. I usually go for like across the shoulder or tight waist chop. Usually I didn't do tight waist at all today. And here I'm just trying to flatten him out and get him on his back. But he was fighting everything I was doing. It was really hard. He kept sliding and everything. And I finally almost got him on his back here, but nope. He gets that arm out, tries to base back up. And I just keep trying to take it out. Forward pressure here. He goes back down a little bit. Finally flatten him out here. Get him on his back. Once again, I'm not chest to chest and he can bridge up a little bit. But I'm still getting near fall here a little bit. We finally get out of bounds. Reset, he's on bottom, I'm on top. I like this a lot, I'm very comfortable here. He tries to stand up, bring him right back to the mat. Just keeping him on his knees, he don't know how to get up. Riding him out the whole period, I really like this. Keeping him flat out. Still trying to get him on his back, but he keeps trying to get up, so it's a little difficult. Trying to drive through my half, but it's short time here, so I'm just riding out for the rest of the period. And the period finally ends, and I'm on the bottom. Now here, this is to decide the whole match. I start to get up here, trying to do a tripod. He tries to cradle here, but I grab his arm. I get up, toss him. He's on his back for a little bit, bridges back up, and I'm right here, if you pay attention. I'm trying to see what I can do to get him up, and I hear my friend screaming in the background. And I look at him because I had another coach over there. I think I finally look up after this. They're here because I hear him screaming my name. And they tell me to let go of the head. Yeah, look up right here. And as soon as I let go of the head, my hand's kind of on his back. Right about now, I get the pin and I win the finals. That's how I won my tournament. I had so much fun throughout the whole day. I finally won my first wrestling tournament. It was all so worth it. It felt amazing. He actually shook my hand pretty tight too, but I won. Yeah, these guys were great wrestlers right here. I'm so happy I got to wrestle them all day. It was so much fun. I don't know where the 5th place guy went though, but they were all really good wrestlers. And here you're gonna see a video of my friend Adam. He won his weight class too. His guys were really solid throughout the whole tournament, but we both ended up winning and it was super fun. I'm just so glad we got to wrestle today. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, like, turn on the notification bell.